So to replace a fill valve, first we're going to shut off the valve. So you can see we're also replacing the hose. Then we are simply taking this off. Remember, anything that is plastic, we don't want to over tie it. So also when you're taking it off, it shouldn't be that hard. All right. So there it is. We're going to use our channel locks. Take it for a spin. There. Now it's all loose. One trick I want to show you is when you're replacing the fill valve. Of course, I'm holding my camera, but you press on the fill valve as you're pressing the fill valve, because there's a gasket on the bottom that holds the water. It prevents the water from going down. So once you start losing this, so by pressing the top, there I'm doing it, I am holding it till I take this out. Make sure you got something to a bucket so it goes in. There's different things that you can use. I'm using a simple bucket right now, but there's some good stuff that they sell out there that you can put. So let's get this one drained. All right, so I have removed the mounting nut. Now we'll send the water. Make sure you have a big bucket, otherwise you're gonna have a big mess. Now let's proceed to the next step. All right, so this is a step that it's really easy to do. What you're gonna do is, I'm just gonna lay it right now on the floor so you understand. So it comes about with this setting right here. As you can see, the old one, it's taller, or it's extended more, right? So what you're gonna do is, you see this right here? Normally these will come clip like this. You're gonna push it up. Now this right here, you're going to play with it and you're gonna extend it up. All right, so like I said, this is your old one. What you want to do is, has this safe clip right here. So you're gonna push this up just like that. Now this goes up and down. Now this is already, especially this one comes from the manufacturer. So this is the proper size. All you want to do is copy the length of the one that it was already there, right? So it's about the same size right there. So what do you guys think? It's about the same size right there. What happens is, if you don't do this outside, when you're doing it inside, you can even break this by forcing it. It's much easier to play with it outside, not inside. All right, so this is a very important step. So we got our fill valve the right size right here. I double check right here. Looks pretty similar, so I know this is gonna work. Otherwise, when I put it in, either the water is gonna be too low, or it's just gonna fill up and go into the overflow and just going to waste. All right, another thing right here is we're gonna go ahead and put our tube, a flex tube. You don't want to do it inside because it's much easier outside. All right, now this is another trick too. You see how this one is too long? You see that one, right? So if if you put it in, sometimes it's gonna be like this, and eventually the lid doesn't sit properly on it. So one thing you want to do is just take it off. If you look at the old one, you inspect it, this one looks really good, right? So what I'm gonna do is, it looks pretty good, and the other one is super long compared to this one, right? You see it? Unless I know I can cut it, but in your case, or in this case, this one looks pretty good, really good. Another thing too is sometimes the aftermarket ones, they're more fragile, more cheap, whatever you want to say. You can see this one right here versus this one is like super hard. So sometimes you want to stick to the old one, especially when it looks really good condition. Another thing is, in this one, the color, it goes inside. So if I know by fact, because I do this all the time, if I use this one, it's just gonna slip out. It's gonna continuously slip out. So I'm gonna use the same one. Now you can get a genuine part, same from Kohler. You're gonna spend a little bit more, and you're gonna get what do you pay for, right? But the fill valves, they're basically all the same. In this case, the valve, this one with this one is similar. Maybe the difference is, you see that this one has, it's red, this one is black. Some have the different features that the other ones don't. Like, for example, the water will come out through here as well. Some have like a hose where you can control the amount of water that's coming out. So again, there's a lot of things that we can talk about just the hose, but I don't want to go into details anymore because I know I'm gonna start getting you bored. All right, so let's go ahead and put our new fill valve. All right, so one tip is, when you put it in, you're putting in the fill valve, make sure it's not like this, it's not like this, but it's in the position where this is gonna sit perfectly, right? So just like that. So let's go ahead and get our mounting nut, and let's continue. So I'm pulling the mounting nut out of the bag. Now, for those that don't know, this one is for the regular conventional universal tanks that have the regular fill valve where the hose sits in here. So let me just show it to you. In a regular one, like this one, will go inside the tube. It will clip in like here, stick right there, and then you just put the hose inside here. All right, so there's your, make sure you're putting it nice, because this is plastic. If you're not careful, you can put it in a wrong way, and you don't want that. Once again, you don't want to over tight them, okay? So that's it. All right, I know my hand, I know what it feels like it, and that's it. So now I'm gonna replace this hose right here. As you can see, there's no reason to ask why. So let's get this hose out of the way. One thing I got used to is channel locks. I always say channel locks are my best friends. This is a tool I use a lot. But whatever you feel comfortable with. I'm gonna go in detail with this hose right here. This is 3/8, so if you're purchasing a new hose, which you should, this one's 3/8, because of course the angle stop is 3/8, and just this has to be the connection for the toilet. So this one looks pretty bad. All right, so let's go ahead and put our hose in. One thing I can tell you is that plumbers are not in your properties to judge the condition of your house or your bathrooms. We're just there to work. So let me get it in nice and tight. Normally I'll grab some crescent wrench or another channel locks, just secure it from here, so when I'm screwing the hose, I don't bust the angle stop or fill or shut off valve, right? So now let's put a new hose connected, attach it to the toilet. One more thing, when you're buying anything that you buy from the supplies, plumbing supplies, I don't want to mention any names because I'm not getting sponsored or I don't want to put any bad names out there, but unfortunately people go and buy stuff, and what they do is, let's say they don't need the hose, they just want to get the gasket inside, the washer inside. They'll pull it out and you're about to install it just like me, and this is missing. So when you get to the plumbing supply or any hardware store, make sure in this case the hose or the fill valve hasn't been opened. If you anything that you want to do with plumbing, you'll be surprised how there's a lot of sneaky or whatever you want to call guys that come in and just grab the parts. And if you've done it before, please don't do that. All right, so disconnect our hose again. We're just gonna leave it nice and tight, hand tight. All right, so I don't want to over tie it. Again, if you don't have the force, then use channel locks, but hand tie is sufficient. So I'm going to turn it on now. I always like opening slowly. That's how you have to do it. All right, slowly. All right, so we got our fill valve working. So this one doesn't have a guideline. Normally you'll have it around here. Some occasionally here. This one doesn't have it, but we already know it's pretty good because we use the same size that the other one was. So as you can see, I'm gonna go ahead and move the water a little bit. So it's about where we want it. I'm gonna say quarter before it goes into the waste overflow. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and inspect our job. The way you want to do it is, in my case, I have gloves. Of course, we need gloves, but I'm gonna go ahead and take out the gloves and touch and make sure that we don't feel any moist. Let's go ahead and do that. So first I'm gonna dry it out. I'm gonna go ahead and do this one too. Otherwise, we're gonna feel some water and we're gonna panic, right? So we want to go ahead and touch right here. We want to go ahead and touch here and here. So all these connections right here. Like I said, I didn't use channel locks, and it's pretty dry. Sometimes you gotta use them. Again, I have my hands are pretty good, so it's pretty nice and tight right there. Here, of course, I use the channel locks. See, right there, it's it's wet, but that could just be from the water that came out when I took the other one, right? So just go ahead and touch it. See, now it's dry. Go ahead and touch right here, and always touch right here if you're replacing the supply hose. One thing I also want to mention before this video ends is get a angle stop or shut-off valve that is quarter turn. They're much easier, especially you're at night, toilet is flooding or it's leaking, whatever. This one you just come and close and deal with the problem next day, right? And versus the other ones, you gotta crank it, and probably they're not even gonna stop, right? So you want to go with a angle stop that is just quarter turn. It has a valve in. All right. So that's it, man. That's all she wrote. So remember, you don't need to hire me to show you this. Till the next time.